On today's Focus on Hernando program, we're going to be talking about the services provided by Hernando Pasco Hospice. Welcome to Focus on Hernando. I'm Brenda Frazier, and my guests today are all representing Hernando Pasco Hospice, and I'd like to introduce Jane Freeman.
Hi,
Welcome,
Brenda.
Jane.
Thank you.
And Brenda Rosin and Laura Finch. And Jane and Laura are actually staff members for Hernando Pasco Hospice, correct?
Yes.
Jane, you are the communications specialist, is
Yes,
that right?
I am.
Okay, and Laura is the bereavement manager, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and Brenda is, you're not a member of a hospice, a staff member, but you are a volunteer.
Yes.
And you put in a lot of time with the organization.
Try.
And you've been doing that for, what, about 9-10 months now?
Yes.
Okay. Jane, I'd like to start with you. Tell us just a little bit about the organization. I mean, I know that everybody's heard of Hernando Pasco Hospice, and I know there's probably very few families that have not been touched in some way by the services that the organization provides, but give us sort of an overview of what they do here.
Absolutely. Well, first of all, Hernando Pasco Hospice is a not-for-profit agency. Not all hospices are not-for-profit, but we are, and we are one of the largest hospices not only in Florida, but in the United States. Our hospice serves residents of Hernando, Citrus, and Pasco counties, and we provide care, comfort, and support to individuals and their families who are affected by a life-limiting illness, regardless of their ability to pay.
Okay,
So,
when you say it's the largest, you mean you cover the largest number of counties in terms of the population? Is that what you mean by that?
well, in terms of the largest, we're one of the largest hospices actually in the entire United States.
Mm-hmm.
Our average daily census is over 1,000. But we are considered a very large hospice, and yet despite our continued growth, and we were established initially in 1984, so we've had a lot of longevity in the counties, but we've maintained that quality of patient care and that one-on-one patient attention, service, dignity, and support, which are paramount to our organization.
And it's been in effect here in Hernando County for a little over 20 years.
Absolutely.
But it's really gotten a lot of acclaim in that time and has really proven itself. I know there's very frequently I hear people talking about how wonderful the services are and how much it's meant to their family. And well, I know you hear that all the time, probably.
Well, every time I hear it, I feel, as the rest of our staff and volunteers do, very honored that people have chosen our hospice for this important journey that they're undertaking at the end of life, because it's probably one of the most important times in their life and their family's life. And so we uphold that, and we consider it an honor and a compliment.
It's one of the most difficult times, one of the most stressful times, and to have somebody
Indeed.
there, an organization like hospice, to support them is just invaluable.
Absolutely.
And today, I mean, one of the things we really wanted to talk about today was the bereavement program, I think. Would you like to just give a real brief description of that, and then we'll let Laura talk a little bit about, or Brenda talk a little bit about her experience. Tell us a little bit about the bereavement program.
Well, our bereavement program, and this is something that's rather unique to our hospice, our bereavement program is open to anyone in the community who has had a significant loss, specifically a death. We're not talking about a divorce necessarily, or a loss of a job, although we definitely feel for people who are going through those troubling times. But if you are someone who is watching right now, or you know someone who is watching who has experienced a death, we'd like you to consider calling us, because as Laura can explain to you, our bereavement counselors are available to provide one-on-one counseling and small group counseling, not only to adults who have experienced such a significant loss, but also to children. And our bereavement program expands into the community. So it's not just people who have experienced a loss under Hernando Pasco Hospice's care, but people who may have experienced a loss due to a tragic accident, a suicide, a murder, or something very unexpected like that.
Well, that's good to know. I didn't realize that myself, so that's good to know.